So May is Paraguay's independence month, and traditionally the 14th and 15th of May are of 1811 are considered the Independence Day of Paraguay, and that is when it all started, when Paraguay became more and more independence. But the official declaration of independence actually happened decades later. In this video, I want to go a little bit about the history of the Paraguayan independence, how it came to be. Before 1811, Paraguay was a Spanish colony. And leading up to the independence movement of Paraguay, there is some tension building up. I don't want to go into the all the little details. There is a lot. Maybe I'll do another story, another video about the entire topic. But basically, Spain was in the middle of the Napoleonic Wars. As far as I know, the king, the Spanish king, was not on his throne. He was, I think, kept in as a hostage by the Napoleonic forces. And Buenos Aires had, if I'm right, in 1810, in May of 1810, had their independence war, and so Buenos Aires was pressuring Paraguay to join Buenos Aires to become another province of the United Provinces of Rio de la Plata. I think, when I'm not mistaken, it was called back then. Bernardo de Velasco, who is the governor of the colony of Paraguay, or province of Paraguay, I think it was called back then, and he is still loyal to the Spanish crown, and but he gets more and more isolated, and there is a mistrust building up around Paraguayan authorities, like the other people that are living within the Paraguay colony. In the night of May 14th of 1811, a group of 30 armed men, led by Pedro Juan Caballero, marched up to the governor's house. And they were accompanied by the artillery, and pointed their cannons to the governor's house and basically said, "Yeah, dude, we want to try to do it on our own. We don't need Spain anymore." And at first, Governor Velasco hesitated, but basically recognized there's nothing he could do. He couldn't ask for Spain because Spain had their own problems. Buenos Aires wasn't a Spanish colony anymore. They wanted to basically to annex Paraguay as another province. And yeah, basically he surrendered. He said, "Okay, good. There's nothing I can do. Um, you can have your way." Another person who joined the independence movement, and who will become relevant later on, is Jose Gaspar Rodriguez de Francia. He was there to basically give the independence movement some political legitimacy. On May 15th, an emergency meeting was held, and a provisional junta gubernamental was formed. They included the governor, or ex-governor at that point, Velasco, but within a couple of days he was kicked out. So this was the first time of fully autonomous Paraguay. So this meant that Paraguay was on its own. Paraguay finally stood alone. Paraguay repeatedly refuses to join Buenos Aires, and in June of 1811, the Paraguayan Congress ratifies the new government, the Junta Gubernamental. So, and how they got away with it is they basically said, we can't be loyal to a king who isn't in power, who isn't sitting on his throne, and that is how they became de facto independent at that point. On October 12th of 1813, the Paraguayan Republic is born. Paraguay installs a consular republic inspired by ancient Rome. The Paraguayan Congress elects as consuls José Gaspar Rodríguez de Francia and Fulgencio Yegros, another participant on the Paraguayan independence movement. This is the start of the Paraguayan isolationist era, and also this is the start of the rise of consolidation of power of José Gaspar Rodríguez de Francia. In 1814, Francia was elected as supreme dictator for 3 years. But in 1816, even before his mandate ended, he was elected as dictator for life. I guess he was inspired by Napoleon himself. So this is the time where Paraguay was hermetically sealed. And Francia, he is an interesting person on itself. He deserves an entire video made about him. Let me know if you would be interested to see that video in the future. So basically, what he did is he outlawed like same race marriage, at least between the Spanish peoples. So and also like there was no imports except for like military equipment. So basically, there are divided opinions about this term. So a lot of people say this is the time when Paraguay got like really got ahead, and others say it's like being an isolationist doesn't really bring a country forward. But yeah, so there was a lot of pressure from like the Argentinian side and also from the Brazilian side. Like Brazil had also a little eye on Paraguay, like this little country. Why don't we make it another Brazilian state? And yeah, it was a difficult time back then. Fast forward 3 decades, on November 25 of 1842, the official Declaration of Independence was made. Carlos Antonio Lopez makes this official decision in order to get more recognition on the world stage. So basically, he declares independence from Spain itself and also from Buenos Aires. At this point, Paraguay is fully independent, both in practice and on paper. So, what I wanted to say in conclusion is that May 14th and 15th of 1811 is the birth of the Paraguayan independence. I won't question that. And in October of 1813 is the birth of the Paraguayan Republic, and in 1842 is the official paperwork done. So let that be something for Paraguayan bureaucracy. So they waited 30 decades to do the paperwork. So isn't that something?